Capcom started adding DRM Enigma Protector to their back catalog of games. This DRM is cancer. It prevents modding, no cheat engine, and it reduces performance by up to 10 to 15 FPS and stutters. Oh, that's stupid. There are additional anti-debugger, anti-tamper measures in this EXE that wasn't present prior to the updates, likely an oversight. This is a frightening moment for all Monster Hunter speedrunners on PC and Monster Hunter YouTubers who have been using mods for their videos. Capcom Japan's legal team is going after some break videos on YouTube which feature any kind of mod and issued takedown requests and copyright strikes. Oh my god, we also received a copyright strike. With 3 strikes, your channel gets deleted. Many videos of fellow Monster Hunter speedrunners were taken down. Some speedrunners even received 3 strikes with their channels were deleted. That's crazy. I wonder, so... Gamers did it to themselves? I don't really think that's really what it is. And also, like... Like, if you buy a game, I think you should be able to mod the game. I do. I think you should be able to... I think that after you buy the game, you own the game, and it should be... You should be able to use it for what you want, right? It's like... If you buy a hammer at the store, you can make a birdhouse for the hammer, or you can make a fence. It's not like you can only make fences, and if they tell you're making a birdhouse, they can take the hammer away. Yeah, I don't get this, man. Don't own the online servers? I totally agree with you. I think that if you're modding and you're cheating, you should be taken off the online servers 100%. It's not even a question. This is what Elden Ring does. If they find out that you're cheating, they kick you off the online servers. If it's single player, one issue with modders and Monster Hunter was them modding and decoration, something other people spend hundreds of hours grinding. I think that we all agree that people that are cheating in the game should not be able to play online with other people that are cheating. Or that are not cheating. So? Well, no, that's not a so. Like... If you're cheating and you're modding in items in the game that you didn't earn, that's not a, oh, so? No, that's horrible. You're fucking cheating. And you shouldn't have other people that you're playing with that aren't cheating. Like, that's not fair. But again, if you're not playing with them and you're on your own game, then it's totally different. Is it really cheating if you can get the same items without cheating? There's no in-game economy. So what? Like, there's no in-game economy in Elden Ring either. Would you want people to just be able to mod in a character with all of the perfect gear that they didn't even earn or get at all and be able to play against you? No, I don't think so. I think this is weird. Who cares? What's wrong with that? Well, what's wrong with that is that I feel like people play a game and they want to be able to earn things in the game. And if one person, if it becomes the norm, in order to just like to play the game, that you can mod in this stuff, then I think everybody would just start doing it. That's your opinion? Well, it diminishes the value that the game, like I'm astonished that I have people in my chat that are just like I'm not talking about modding for like a client-side mod that makes your character look different. I'm not talking about modding for, you know, offline play. I'm talking about modding on the online servers. Who the fuck is arguing against this? This is why, as I said, this is why I ban people, right? This is it. And so anyway, yeah, cheaters triggered. Yeah, don't cheat in the fucking game. Like, how is this even a question? Like, why does it matter? Well, then, if it doesn't matter, then why are you doing it? You clearly are doing it because you want to have the reward. And if you're playing an online game, you should have to earn the rewards. You can't just fucking cheat. Like, how's this even a question? But if you're playing the game solo and you're not playing online, I think it is totally fine to mod. Mods that change the appearance should be allowed. No. If you're modding something that changes the appearance on another player's screen, that should not be allowed. Absolutely not. Like, and if you're only changing it to change your appearance and only you can see it, then who cares? But you should not be allowed to do it and other people can see it. Only client side. Yeah, exactly. The issue comes from people being potentially mad at CapCom for seeing a modded game, buying it, and then being upset that it wasn't what they saw. Same issue for Final Fantasy XIV mods and visual representation being viewed by new people. Yeah, definitely. What about Elden Ring? Although it's single player, you can engage in multiplayer. Oh my god. Let me just explain this. So, what about Elden Ring? Although it's a single player, you can engage in multiplayer. Would you say cheating, for example, to get all weapons, you think it's unfair? Yes, it's unfair. It's not even a question. Would you say putting in a command prompt to get the best weapon in the game instantly is unfair? Yeah. 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 Yeah, it's absolutely unfair. And it's totally fine if you do that, but you shouldn't be able to play on online servers, which is exactly what From Software does. They have it to where you can play and mod the game and, you know, hack stuff in the game. You can do all that, and they won't revoke your license. But at the same time, they're not going to go and say, you know, you can play with online people. It's disgusting. Yeah, that's the difference. They say, yeah, you can do this all you want, but you're playing with people online, and you can't do that. Unless the gamers did this themselves, there's likely a core in a tournament flashing an SFW to all viewers in his mod. Rather than send out takedowns for mods which alter the image of their game, Capcom likely found it easier to go after everyone uploading an SFW. What is this here? So there was like somebody who was flashing... Because in the tournament, flashing NSFW to all the viewers with their mod. Did this happen? I didn't see this. Dude had nude Chun-Li mod and happened on a tournament stream? Yeah, I mean, that was a huge mistake. They shouldn't have let him do that. Yeah, for a tournament? Yeah, that would be nuts. If you're being streamed, yeah, it's like really bad. Particular case, it's just one-sided mods and they don't affect other people's experience. All this went down due to a Street Fighter tournament. A player had a nude Chun-Li mod. Yeah, I mean, I can see why you do that, but like, goddamn, what a big fucking mistake. He's right. There's no issue with modding on single player, but it comes down to modding in multiplayer. It'd be super unfair for someone to be demolished by someone who cheated and modded the best gear. It ruins the fun. Exactly. So I think that Capcom, if they want to ban people from playing on the online servers, if they're modding, I think that's totally fair. But to actually, like, shut down videos about it and to do all this other stuff, that's way too much, man. Like, I just feel like it's massive overkill. It's all PvE, so it's a stupid fucking argument. I disagree. I think that people care about PvE content. And if you earn something in a game, and then somebody else is able to just get the same thing that you have, I don't think that's really, as just by modding, I don't think that's really very fun. Cheating in multiplayer is like a virus for online games, because if you ever lose, you always wonder if it's because of cheating. Yep, there it is. So yeah, can we have some contests for those of us who are not in the Monster Hunter speedrunning group? Monsters have a different spawn rate and HP level. Speedrunners typically mod in the lowest HP version. Also mod in RNG ingredients that give damage boosts for a hunt. Capcom is just nuking all modding after a knee-jerk reaction to multiple problems with mods, such as cheaters affecting and trolling multiplayer hunts, and they don't like the nudity mods being advertised. Yeah, this is the problem, right? Is, you know, you just had one guy who ruined it for everybody else. That sucks. That fucking sucks. Yeah, I mean, because you can see why Capcom would do this, right? I mean, Japan is a much more conservative country, and they see that they're making, you know, people are making porn out of their characters, and yeah, they're gonna try to shut it down. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that they're right for doing it. I think it's stupid, but you can easily see why this happened. Wouldn't care if someone cheats max gear for themselves in Monster Hunter Online. There's no difference to somebody who actually farmed it. Well, of course there is. There's the fact that they farmed it and one person didn't, right? I mean, you just said what the difference is. Other than Christ, have you seen any hentai? Yeah, but like the hentai isn't being, you know, promoted by the company, right? It's not like a company sanctioned event. But the content creators that use mods are also advertisement for said product. Yeah, I know, that's the problem. because you're advertising the product as being different. If I buy food ingredients, I want to be able to make whatever the fuck I want with said ingredients. I bought the game, let me do what I want with it. I completely agree with you. But whenever you take those food ingredients and you start selling them, then what you make with the food ingredients, then obviously you have to, make sure that, like, the food's not poisoned or something like that, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody's saying that you can't buy the ingredients and make it in your house by yourself. They're saying that you can't buy the ingredients, make it in your house, and then take it out and sell it. That's the difference. It's obviously a fucking massive difference, right? Tournament left was enabled mod by accident. Capcom should have slapped the tournament on the wrist. Well, you can say what they should have done all you want, but at the end of the day, this is what happened. I mean, and it's not surprising that this happened. Is it still homemade if you're homeless? Oh, there you go. Let me see if I can find the rest of these. This new DRM is a shadow Russian firm that's registered on one man with no clear way on how the DRM works. It's like Capcom saw the positive reception they've been getting and decided they shouldn't let their image improve too much because the company's what they want. I mean, for me, DRM is one of those things where, like, I don't think anybody likes DRM. Will I not play a game because of DRM? No. I will. I don't care about it that much. But, I can see why other people wouldn't want to. I hate DRM. Oh, yeah, no, I know that people don't like DRM. But what I'm saying is that if I had to assume, how many people in the gaming community even know what DRM is? I would say 5%. Probably less than that. I'm talking about all users of, like, all PC games, right? Like 5%. I couldn't tell you what it stands for. Yeah, I don't even know what it stands for, to be honest with you. So, DRM is 100% anti-consumer. It's not about whether it is or not. What I'm saying is that DRM is not bad enough to where people will actively not consume games because of it. Digital rights management. Oh, okay, well, there it is. I agree. I've been gaming for 25 years, and I have no idea what DRM is. Yeah. And so, I feel like a lot of companies are going to do more of this, and gamers just don't really care that much about it. It's annoying that this is the case. I feel like also trying to, like, shut down videos with mods is, like, a crazy overreaction. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you even doing this? Capcom is scummy too, always has been. I feel like... I mean, Capcom's a Japanese company, right? Like, I want to make sure, like, 100% clear, yes. Like, this is what Nintendo does as well. I feel like they just have a different cultural perspective on this than we do. And that's why every single time one of these things pops up, there's always friction. And I think there always will be, too. I don't think you understand how bad the drop rates were with decos. You're talking about a 0.01% for the best decos that you have to farm 1,000 hours just to get one attack gem. What's your argument? What is your argument? Why do you need me to understand this? No, I just want to see what his perspective is. That it's not that bad to change the drop rate? I completely disagree with you. So let me give you a parallel, and I'll explain to you why it's bad. So I'll use Rivendare's Death Charger in Classic WoW as an example. Rivendare's Death Charger is the rarest mount in Classic WoW. It has a 0.02% drop chance. If one person gets that mount, they are extremely fucking lucky. They are massively fucking lucky in a way that's insane. So if everybody else can just mod in getting it for a 1% drop rate, that removes that person's sense of accomplishment. Because now everybody has the thing that they got really lucky for. Like, exclusivity is value. I know people might think that they're above this. Oh, I'm above this. No, you're not. There's a lot of people that are like that. And so whenever you have it to where you can just skip the grind, because, and I want to agree with you. I think this is a fucking ridiculous, stupid fucking thing to have in the game. This is so dumb. But that doesn't mean that you can just mod it into the game and start cheating. That's not fair. Because you are making a subjective judgment on what you think is appropriate for a drop rate. You might think that 1% is appropriate, but I guarantee you that someone else thinks that 1% isn't appropriate. They think that's too long. So can they mod it in for 100%? And now you have everybody making a subjective opinion on what they think the drop rate should be. And before you know it, everybody has modded in all of the gems with 100% drop rate because somebody doesn't have time to farm. That's what's going to happen. You're specifically talking about multiplayer games. Add it to the inventory is different. I disagree with that. Why is it different? How is adding it to the inventory different than increasing the drop rate? Fundamentally. How are they different? Is it okay in a specific case to have speedruns that remove RNG? Well, of course it is. And it's of course okay for him to mod in decos. Absolutely. You just can't play online. Like, I'm not saying it should be illegal for him to do this. They shouldn't go and put this guy in jail for modding in a gem in Monster Hunter. What the fuck? No. But he shouldn't be able to go and play with other people in the real game. Capcom made it easier to get decos, so they agree it was too much. You didn't answer my question. Why not? Because I asked, add it to the inventory is different. I disagree with that. What is the difference? Because you still have to go through the hunt and wind, and you still have to farm, just not as much. So shouldn't it just be awarded to you whenever you finish the hunt? I think that's reasonable, right? Like if you beat the boss, you should get the decoration, right? Like that's it. You beat it because if in order to achieve it, like I agree with you that like just modding it into your inventory without earning it is different because you didn't do anything. But based off of that logic, you should immediately get it every single time. Because I don't think that there is any sort of like a justification for why 1% or 5% or 0.01% are really any different from each other. Because what you're fundamentally saying is that I disagree with what the drop rate is, and I want to change the rules to make it easier for myself. Which is totally fine, but just don't expect to go play online with other people that played by the real rules. Make the game easier and suck for everyone else? Well, it depends, right? I mean, people can do whatever they want to do, but that's just what I think about it. There should always be a pity system for drops. Guys, I think you're oversimplifying it a little too much. One say doubling a low chance in 500-hour grind in order to 1,000-hour grind shows significantly more respect for the rules of the game than making it take only 10 hours. According to who? According to you? You have decided this. Has it ever occurred to you that somebody else might have a different definition? And this is why you can't allow people to make subjective opinions on what they think the rules should and shouldn't be. They think about how chaotic that would be. What about somebody who says, well, I'm working all the time. I don't have time to go and farm all this stuff. So I'm just going to mod it in myself. I beat the boss. I should be able to get it. I have no problem with you with you doing this, right? This is fine. But you shouldn't be able to play online. That's called hacking. Yeah, you're literally hacking. Like, it's astonishing to me that I have people that are advocating for hacking the game files and changing numbers and values in the game. You should not be able to play online if you are hacking the game. This is not... How the fuck are we even talking about this? I'm losing my mind. This is not even a question. Now, if you're modding the game to get the same speed run every single time, then I think it's completely fucking fine. It's not a big deal. But you cannot expect to have your character that you got rewards in that game through a modded gameplay to then be able to play online. I think that if you mod the game, if you change any values in the game, if you are doing anything to modify the game files, you should not be allowed to play online with that account. Period. And that's it. It's not even a question. Like, I can't even believe that people are even thinking about this. Like, Elden Ring does this. It's perfect. Mini games do this. It's perfect. The problem isn't that people can't do that. The problem is that Capcom is going even farther. It's that they are DMCAing speedrun videos. They're DMCAing mods. They're trying to put DRM in the game just so people can't even play it on their own solo. That's fucking crazy. Like, what is this? So that's really what it is. Would this opinion change if I hack for better performance? No, and I'm trying to think of a way to formulate the argument of why the answer is no. Okay. So, if you hack for better performance, everybody is going to hack for better performance in different ways, right? So, for example, some people might hack to reduce the draw distance of the game. Other people might hack to reduce the pixel count of the trees. But let's say you're playing in PUBG, for example, right? And you're hacking, and you reduce the foliage in the game. Well, that now just made it easier for you to see other players. Would your opinion change if I've already played 1K hours on console and I don't want to spend 1,000 more hours to get the same thing on PC, so I can't send a save over? No, I think that the problem there is the fact that you can't send a save over. I think you should be able to send a save over and then just play your console account on PC. I feel like that's really what the problem is. No, I don't think so. Because the thing is that, in general, I think the best rules are the ones that don't have exceptions. It's that simple. The best rules are the ones that there are no exceptions, there's no fine print, there's no, oh, but what about this, what about that? I think it's very simple, guys. If you are modifying the game files, you should not be allowed to play on online servers. Period. Everybody is going to have a different definition of what they think ethical and fair is. You will never reach a consensus with all the players of what's okay and what's not okay. Because, as I said with the foliage example, or with the decorations example, everybody is going to have a different opinion. And the only way you can solve that is by having a universal rule that doesn't care about anybody's fine print. That's the reason. But for fun, they should let everyone who is hacked on the game play the game online, but only on Tuesdays. Well, they could make, like, separate hacking servers, and, like, instead of playing the monster music, they would just play circus music whenever they would fight the bosses. That'd be pretty fucking funny. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's other ways. Like, I remember the fucking Dota thing where you opened up the box and it gave you a lump of coal and it said your account was banned. That was the funniest fucking thing to me. Dark Souls 2 did something like this? Yeah, there you go. Private servers? Yep, there it is. That's why modding should just be officially supported. That way you can control vanilla and modded players stay separate. Well, it doesn't need to be officially supported. You just ban the people from the official servers that are modding. But yeah, obviously this really sucks. You can see why Capcom would do this. It's the same thing as Nintendo, etc. Like people that are playing like modded versions of Tears of the Kingdom. I think Tears of the Kingdom is a great example, right? Tears of the Kingdom is locked at 30 FPS, right? Am I right about that? That sucks. That massively fucking sucks. And so, I think for pretty much everybody would agree, like, it's okay if you want to mod that, right? It's okay. But I still, if I was Nintendo, I still wouldn't let people do it. Because you can't make exceptions. Because if you start making exceptions, then things unravel. That's why they do it. Even though it's fucking stupid.